Hello everyone, welcome to week 7, and I'm doing a video today so that we can go over the final assignment, and hopefully that will help you as you prepare for your final assignment this week. So first of all, we're in week 7 here, death, dying, and grieving. Somebody mentioned that there was a problem with this legalized assisted suicide link. I hopefully fixed it. If there is an issue, please let me know. Understanding Ambiguous Losses with Dr. Pauline Boss. I highly recommend that you watch this. Dr. Pauline Boss is someone that I had the privilege of studying under at the University of Minnesota in my doctoral work. She has done a lot of work with ambiguous losses, and there are many applications for ambiguous loss and the elements involved with that. And even though you all are not therapists, as family life educators, understanding ambiguous loss and helping people anticipate issues related to grieving, related to family dynamics, as you'll see in the video, everything from Alzheimer's to autism to MIA POW families will experience things like ambiguous loss. So please, please, please watch that video. All right, here we go. Going down here. Here's our final project. As I mentioned to you last week, so that you can get prepared for this, you'll need to interview at least 3 individuals of various ages with a minimum of 5 years between the participants. Hopefully you all have at least identified, if not already started, those interviews. The list of questions is right here, and a few people asked me if you need to ask all the questions. Not necessarily. However, you do need to cover all of the different dimensions: physical, cognitive, emotional dimension, social dimension. So you want to make sure that you cover all 4 of those dimensions. And these are some more general types of questions. One question I would add is, how do they see themselves having stayed the same, be the same person over all of these years? If they're young, 20 years isn't going to sound like a whole lot. But even a 20-year-old can think about ways that they were similar as when they were 10 as when they were 20. So what ways are they similar, and what ways are they a different person than what they were before? I think those are some interesting questions too. So while you don't necessarily need to ask all of the questions here, you want to get a good picture of each of these dimensions. Part of being a family life educator, being a family scientist, is thinking systemically. Thinking systemically comes with looking at multiple layers, multiple aspects of life. So these questions should help you to do that. All right, the second component is to compare and contrast the answers obtained in the interviews and present what you have found in a creative way, either a video, PowerPoint, timeline, etc. Video might be screencast of you presenting this information. It could be a screencast of the information, a presentation in PowerPoint, as well as a video of you. It might include snippets of videos of the interviews that you had if you videotaped the interviews, different things like that, timelines. Some creative way you want to be able to present the story of these people and how they compare and contrast with one another. So the information presented should relate the findings to theories and developmental milestones or characteristics that are discussed throughout the course. The examples given here are Erickson and Vygotsky. You might think of Kohlberg. You might think of different types of memory and executive functioning that were mentioned in your textbook. You might think of the different types of love, Steinberg's triangle of love that you read about in the class, or in the textbook, I'm sorry. There are a number of different things different kinds of theories and concepts that you could include. So these were just some examples. So you can use the resources for the assessment down here. Sexuality changes throughout the lifespan, self-esteem development across the lifespan, and effects of stress on health and aging. These all might provide some interesting perspective and information for you in addition to the textbook. Now we want to look at the rubric because, again, in addition to looking at the assignment characteristics, you want to know what the rubric has to say.